Hello. What?
This could be a total...
Stop it. Hold up. Let me pull up chat and shit. They changed the font. Wait, going live. I know how. Okay. What's good? Hello, Oaf. How do I... Oh. Oh, Ryan sent me a post that was AJR's. He sent me a post that was AJR's music has been used to train AI models, and I know the website that they used to check that, and I checked mine too, and a few of my songs are in there. So I responded and I said, "So if mine twin," and he said, "There's hope." It's pretty funny. Okay, I'm gonna play some game. I don't know what yet. Also, hi Rose. I don't have a game up yet. I don't know why I switched to this stream. Interesting. How's life? It's okay. Tired. I'm just doing a lot right now. Yeah. I'm gonna do a little episode, like, I don't know, like kind of like a podcast episode with Ryan. I'm gonna talk about a whole bunch of stuff, so I want to save some stuff for that. Hi, Thomas fan. We're gonna boot up Supermarket Simulator because I have not done that in a fat minute. Lit. Hit 460 subs. Lit. Very good. Supermarket. We know some of you were affected by the recent save file issues, and we sincerely apologize for the inconvenience. We believe these issues have now been resolved, but if you have any but if you experience any problems with the latest patch, please join our Discord and submit a report. As a small gesture, we've added in-game money to your store. Thank you for sticking with us. We really appreciate you more than you know. $22,000. I have no idea if I was affected or not because I have not played this in so damn long. I'm sure not because for that exact reason. Who are you? You are different. You are bad. You Green Goblin. I know you. I don't like how wrinkly you guys are. I guess that makes sense. They changed the cars, I think. I remember there being changes last time I played. Is the city bigger? Walter White? Which one? Why is the stream so laggy? Was it just that 1 second? Jeez. Is it all better now? It seems okay. Let me know if it keeps lagging. That one, who are you calling Walter White? This one. I feel like he has to be bald. Okay, I have no idea what I'm doing. Is this sorted in here? Yeah. It's pretty laggy, yo. It doesn't look bad, at least now that I'm looking at it. Let me try to... It laggy? What the fuck? Let me just take it off 4K. It looks so much worse for me. You're not gonna be able to see a difference, but maybe that'll help. Let me know if it helps. So does that mean everything's... I have a lot of shit that I don't have anything on. Wait, you're in the way, dude. Whoops. So okay. How do I pull out this? I'm gonna start with one of everything. So this is... okay, I see. Well, not one of everything, but one of... well, what? Okay. Milk. Water. Some orange juice. Some Sprite. Some cola. Some more cola. Yogurt. Le Dussy Queef. Yeah. Yes. Box. Box limit reached. What about now? I don't even know what this is. Man, that should be good. Boost. I gotta remember how to play this game. Don't I have another one? There he is. Yeah, you better fucking get running, yo. Spaghetti. Hi. Spaghetti. Where does this spaghetti... There it is. Here we go. I'm just gonna start... Why? I can't throw here? Oh, it lights up now. That's very nice. Soap. Okay. It's lagging? What? Is it your internet or is it the stream? It doesn't look like it's lagging. I mean, I could low-key open. I might as well. It's not laggy for me. I think it's your Wi-Fi. Then, off. What are you? I think you're cleaning. Hang on, are there new things? Oh, I forgot about online orders. What is my store name again? I think it's with a comma. Oh, Maybe I'm evil. Yeah. Yeah, you are. You're really short, janitor. The racks are full in storage. They are? For water? Where the hell is the water? I see. That's okay. I guess for milk too. I bought too many boxes. Things are swell. Things are very swell. I have a ton of money. Let me get through this day first. Go put this away. Soap. Already did soap. It's more soap. I'll low-key just let them put the stuff on the shelves. I'll just get everything in here because I think that's what's going to take the longest. No. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Is that supposed to be 4? The 4-pack of eggs? I think it is. Or do I have the 4-pack of eggs somewhere else? What was that? This? Should I do this? I want to do this first. Hang on. Did I get 4 packs of eggs? I know that's a thing. I think. They're over here. Yeah. Hang on. I didn't check my prices. Well, that's fine. I didn't buy that. Did I just buy more regular eggs? Oh, there they are. Oh, okay. They are not next to each other. So it's fine. Come on. There we go. Soap. Or bleach. Whatever this is. I got a lot. I didn't think the boxes were that big. Don't just leave it open. There we go. Evil sample? No. Why am I no longer a member? I don't know. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I have too much soda. Bitch, I speak toaster. It's lagging. You weren't lying to me. I don't know if it's my Wi-Fi though. If it's my Wi-Fi, I don't think there's anything. Why? I wonder. Hang on. It's streaming at 720p. It shouldn't be. Shouldn't be my Wi-Fi. It should be fine. I guess let me put this on like... I have a 4070, I think. It shouldn't be shit. If this looks horrible, I'm not doing it. It's nighttime. It doesn't look bad. Actually looks kind of cool. That should be more common, like, instead of just making the graphics, like, worse, because people don't have crazy good computers, you should just make it a stylized version of the game that's, like, lower quality. I'm surprised that's not done more. What? You guys piss me off. Close the damn box. What? Because what the fuck? Okay. There's no lights on in here. Where's the light switch? Lit. I forgot you could do this. I want to check. I want to check what's new in the game. Maybe there's not that much. Where's like the... yeah. Trash can? Why? There's a trash can outside. Category sign. That'll be lit for when the store is bigger. Now it's laggy. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think it's... let me... wait. There. It should look the same for you guys, but it's just smaller for me. I can just play like this. So I think I just need... oh, I need to check my prices. And then I think I just need, like, the license. More licenses. What? Oh, you can turn certain things on and off? Why though? The scrolling is confusing because it just like teleports to... oh, I can just do that. But you have work at 3 a.m.? What? Oh. Probably just like an opening shift or something. That is evil. That's very evil. Maybe so people don't litter in the store? Are they doing that? I mean, the janitor picks up trash, though. Wait, was it a recycle bin? Or was it trash? Because if it's recycle, maybe I make like $5 a day off of people recycling stuff. No, it's a trash can. It has a recycle thing on it, but... work at a pig farm, we go in at 3 and leave at 1. 10-hour shift. Wait, nope. 6-hour shift. Wait. Yeah. No, what? 8. 10? 10. There we go. Can't I change my background? What? I don't know if this is copyrighted or not. It's changing color. Whatever. I don't need more storage right now. I literally just need like licenses to fill these shelves and stuff. I need you guys to finish. Do we have enough coffee? Where's my coffee? The lights. Yeah, we have coffee. Okay. Licenses. Management. Licenses. Butter. Cereal. Chicken. French fries. Pizza. Potato. Purchase. $10. Yeah, math. I got it, don't worry. So, oh, I also need to do my prices. Well, Prices. There we go. Bank. Oh yeah, because you can get loans. Have I done any loans? Management. Nope. Pricing. Oh. Did they? I think they changed this. Okay, it's all fine though. I'm just gonna do these. It. Then let me buy. Okay. No product. Product should go down. Butter. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Mwah. 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 Get the fuck over here. Mwah. 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 Good night. I just what's good? Okay, wait. I need a bro. Wait, what is this? Do I not have anything there? Pizza. Take this bitch. Take this bitch. Bitch. Actually, I gotta put that on the shelf somewhere. Bitch. Pizza. French fries. Stove? I don't have a stove. You're a liar. More cereal. Can I put this by the other cereal? I can. Here we go. Wait. There. Take this bitch. I can just open this door. I have no reason not to. Like... What are you guys doing? Don't you know there are things to do? What are these? Paint. I see. I don't know why I don't have any notification that would make that noise. Chicken. That's a whole damn turkey. More potato. Wait, where did the fuck did these go? On a shelf. Potatoes or rice? Chicken. Oh, butter. 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 I honestly don't even know where butter would be in an actual store. On a what? Oh, in a fridge. That makes sense. That's that's where butter goes. Should that? No, that's fine. There's plenty of butter. Guys, what do you have? You have potatoes. Oh, goodbye. Butter can go at the top. Fellas be doing anything but getting a real job. I have a real job. What what do you mean? I'm employed. Okay, you guys are stupid. I need to have a spot for the fries. That was the chicken. Shit. Okay. 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 No. You... up here. This goes there. This is also there. The Jan... oh. Is there a supermarket simulator Jenny mod? This should have more. But chicken? There. I'm happy now. Wait. I have 8 chicken spots. How did that happen? Okay. What is your problem? It's fine. Watch stream Lega? Okay, bet. Okay, now what? More licenses? I might as well. You guys need to go faster. Where's the other one? More licenses. Is my stream... I don't... Hang on. I'm gonna check my task manager for a second, see if it's... What would I even do about that? I think it's my RAM. Hang on. Why did you open again? Stop it. Okay, and there goes my stream. Well, hopefully it'll be a little bit better now. I think it should be. I don't even... What is using all my RAM? I have 32 gigabytes of RAM. And for some reason it caps out at 50%, but still. One Chrome tab and Super Market Simulator should not be using 16 gigs of RAM. I think you should kiss all the NPCs again. It'll boost your ammo limit and tactical sprint speed. Double my RAM instantly. I'll have 64 gigs of RAM. I kissed them goodnight, so I'll do that later. I'm buying another license. It's still laggy. I don't know. I guess I'll... Can I... Nope. Wait. Yeah, no. I don't know. I can't do anything about it. Windows is demanding? But it doesn't say anything for Windows. And it literally says 50% of RAM. And it never goes above 50%. I don't know why. It's really annoying. And I've checked my BIOS settings a shit ton of times. I have no idea. I've reseated them. I don't know why it doesn't do anything. My shit's broken. Jeez. What am I doing? Where's the market? There. Jeez. Am I stupid? What? Jeez. Is there just a different brand of water? Okay. It's dark. It gets dark so fast. Remind me of that later. Goodbye, Kiddington. Okay, bet. Goodbye. Wait, what the fuck is this? I don't know what this is. I don't know what it is. What are you? What? I don't know what this is. It's tea. There. Okay. Tea over here. Wait, what? No! What? Bro. This tag still says the right thing. Bro. Bro. We don't have any. Okay. Stop. Stop doing this. I'm putting it in my crate. It's not gonna fit all of it. Oh, yes, it is. Okay. Get away. Sugar. I have yeah. Wait. Yeah. There we go. Oh, cheese? It probably has to go in a fridge. Lit. What is this? Coffee. More eggs. Shit. I'm gonna need another fridge. Oh, that's gonna be so inconvenient. Bruh. Okay, we're gonna fuck out of here. Get just box. Hit. What? Okay. My stream is pissing me off. It's literally no frames. What? It's like 10 frames a second. Why is it? Why? Stop it. Stop. What is the problem? Is it my bitrate? Computer being evil? I don't know, man. We need to up the bitrate a little bit and see if that helps. I can't imagine it's going to, but I'm running around. No, it's the same. I guess it's not horrible. Whatever. I'm sorry. It's fine. What the shit is this? I really should have looked at what these are. Bottled water. Ah, yeah, I need another fridge. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. I boxed that up. You come here. And come over here. Lit. I'm surprised they haven't put in some kind of snapping system in this game yet, but lit. Okay, now I can buy another fridge. These are just white. Oh, I can't buy it right now though. I desperately need. Let me see if there's anything else that's like missing on the shelves. I should be able to just check everything in here. Oh, we need more toilet paper, I think. Maybe more potatoes, I mean. I think that's it. Just kidding, we need whatever this is. Cheese. Okay, and then I need a fridge. There's a mini fridge. That would be cool for like display fridge. Okay. Good night. Loki not even paying attention to this stream. How evil. Just kidding. Holy shit, that was more than I thought I bought. Why did I buy more of this? Or it probably just went back. I don't even know what this is. I don't know what this is. I think it's a type of rice. It's flour. Where's the rice? Where do I keep the rice? Where do I keep the rice? Stop! That's not where that goes! Oh. Where's the... Is this rice? That's powdered... That's flour. Huh? Ah. Oh. You can hold it. I didn't know that. There's probably gonna be other salt brands. What am I... Potatoes. Potatoes gonna go over here. What? Oh, the eggs. Fridge. Cool. Water. I should really, like, make it organized, but I'm not going to right now. Eventually I'll pull everything out and then put it back, and then it'll be good. Okay. The eggs. The more eggs. Well. Hopefully that's enough. Like, why do I have so much of this? Kate is streaming for real? What game is this? This is Supermarket Simulator. Okay. Fuck all y'all. My shit is so laggy. Just, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why. Maybe it is my... Whoops. Maybe this will fix it because it's... pulling the textures. It looks completely different. Interesting. Oh, that's a shadow. Does this fix it? No. Okay, I'm putting it back on the on the high textures because I might as well. I don't know why this stream's laggy. I give up. This shit. Man. Okay. Did I not buy more rice? Milk. I guess that's not milk. Please don't fill this shelf. Don't do it. Don't. There. Don't do it. Okay. Where's the milk? Put the damn milk down. I'm aware. Put the damn milk down. Thank you. There. Take this bitch. Get this fuck out of here. Okay. Now I can start putting stuff in storage again. I gotta hold a hand freezer. I gotta hold a hand shelf in the for storage. I'll just put water down here. What are you doing? Okay. Cheese. I don't know why I'm opening it. Tea. Coffee. I'll open now. Oh, actually, I gotta change the prices first. Today, here we go. Oh, yeah, that's fine. Today. Nothing. Okay. How did this end up at 6? Or... Shh. There. Is this cooking simulator? No, this is it's supermarket simulator. Okay, what is up with this? Why? Just don't wanna? Okay. Did it pass if you look good? It sucks, but it's the truth. Okay. Malcolm Todd. Fuck with Malcolm Todd. I mean, so does everyone on the planet, but I fuck with Malcolm Todd. Where's the customers? There they are. They're just flooding in. They're just here. I didn't put all that stuff on the shelf, did I? The tea is somewhere. I put the coffee somewhere. Put the water somewhere. Is that it? That doesn't seem right. Yeah. Let me add like 2 more of these all to my cart. Just that should be fine. Oh. Eggs. Yeah. Eggs. Should probably hop off soon, so I can go to bed. No, that's fine. Lit. I think we should be all good. I think I can keep moving on to the next thing. What's the goal of this game? Build a supermarket. Hey, Elizabeth. I just saw your pin. No, that wasn't you. I just saw your pin. Oh, that wasn't you either. Shit. I'm gonna do a how do I play this game? I'm gonna do a how do you, there we go. Hazel, I can do yours. Mushroom. That's garlic. Tomato. Green tea. AKA tea green. Pizza. Pizza. Where are you, Hazel? Hazel. Green teeth, green needle. Hazel, I forgot where you are. Hazel. Hazel, I think you're over here. I only have 30 seconds. Hazel. Get your bitch ass over here, Hazel. You're welcome. Hello. Why am I so tall? Like, everyone else is significantly shorter than me. This guy's almost there. You are a sexy man. Oh, he's taller than me. He's got some swagger to him too. These cars don't have any people. Can someone tell me what game engine this is? Just based off the sky? Oh! Why can't I put it here? Okay. I guess I'll put it. Why can I... Hello? Can I... Okay. Earbuds? Earbubs? What do you mean earbubs? Okay. Okay. Finish up with this day. It's almost over. People make mistakes. You get a pass if you look good. It sucks, but it's the truth. Okay. Do you guys have epilepsy? $30 earbuds? I mean, that's not bad. That is a pretty good price earbuds. Wow, the stream's laggy. Is that just what it looks like constantly? No. Dude, I don't know what's wrong with... Maybe if I do this, it'll help. Hopefully. Is that everyone out of the store? Hurry up. Get out. What, were you just in my storage? I swear. Stream looks fine to me. It was definitely laggy a second ago. Unless it is just my playback, but I'm pretty sure it's accurate when it plays back for me. Yeah, let me do that. Maybe that'll help. I forgot I lost my store. There's a gas pump. Oh, because you can like buy the car or whatever. Is buying a car really that good even? Is it kind of just a status symbol? Because I'll do it for the status symbol. There's only a sedan and a pickup truck. Mid. Okay. All good over here. Need more chicken, I guess. Yeah, I need more chicken. Lit. Let me buy my next thingy. It's all fridge shit. I think I should be fine though. What store level am I? Oh, 33. What am I doing? That is quite an expensive thingy. I think they're about done. Boop. Boop. Lit. Oh, I'm stupid. There we go. What's your advice on buying a guitar, Music Man? Oh, I didn't kiss everyone goodnight. Shit. I don't... It depends. If you're asking for advice, I'm assuming you either don't already have one or you're getting like a second one or like you're earlier on. So, unless you're like, dude, I have like $100 guitar. I want to buy one. I need a better one, especially for the next album I'm going to make. But like you don't need a nice one unless you're like literally like pretty far into production. You can get away with a cheap one for a while and just replace the strings every once in a while. If you can get one with a humbucker, If you don't know what that is, like look it up and figure out what a humbucker is, because they help a lot for recording. If you're even recording, if you're not recording, then it doesn't matter. Then just just look into the different types of guitars and pick one that you want. Also, acoustic or electric. I guess I didn't ask that. I'm thinking of electric when I'm saying that. A humbucker is only on electric. What is the difference between cheap guitars and expensive guitars? It's build quality and sound. I would say it matters a little bit more for electric. But like so acoustic guitars, there's a few different types. Like there's steel string and classical are like the main ones. Classicals are, if you look at the head of a classical guitar, that's how you tell. They have nylon strings. They're just different sounds. I feel like most Western music probably uses steel string. I can't really even think of any songs that are using a nylon guitar, but maybe I just don't notice it. Classicals are usually a little bit more expensive, and then it's just build quality. So like it's called the intonation, I think. But like what another thing that matters is like that's a harmonic on the E string, and that's actually in tune an octave up from just playing the open string. But if I play the actual note of an octave, that's actually pretty close. That's actually really close, holy. Okay, there, that's a better example. This is the B string. I don't know if you can hear that, but they're slightly different pitches on the B, like from the harmonic compared to the actual B, which just means playing the open B is going to be tuned differently than playing a B an octave higher. It's just like, it's not technically perfectly in tune, but that's what I'm saying too, is like if you're earlier on in production or whatever and recording, then you're playing chords down here, you're not really getting up here anyway other than melodies. And if you're playing melodies, then usually you can just tune it anyway, like to be like, instead of tuning just with the open string, tune it with the octave and just reach up. And then with electric guitars, the price also matters because you can get a humbucker. Like this doesn't have a humbucker. I think this is a Stratocaster. I don't really know. I don't know a lot about guitars. I actually really need to learn more. But this one has 3 pickups. And you just flip between them, but it hums. A humbucker, it doesn't hum. Yeah. And then there's just like other quality things, and it'll just sound better. Especially, so acoustic guitars, they all sound different, like the different types, but acoustic guitars, what the wood is made of can change the tone, what the shape of it changes the tone, like everything changes the tone about a guitar. And if it's more well made with better wood, then it's going to be more expensive, but it's going to sound better usually. I mean, that's also preference, but like, yeah. The guitar I started with, the acoustic guitar, was not. I would never be able to make that guitar sound good. The one I have now, even it needs new strings, but it's not the best sounding guitar ever. I mean, it is nice, but it mostly just needs new strings right now. You're supposed to replace strings every 2-ish months. If you're playing regularly. Like for me, I don't play guitar that often. I should probably change it like every 6 months ish. But they wear down and they get really dull sounding. This thing sounds horrible because I haven't replaced the strings ever, and I've had it for like 4 years. I think 4 or 5 years. Yeah. I've been making music for 7 years now. Holy shit. I'm debating between an acoustic or electric one. Are you recording or no? Also, the brand. Like, you should get a brand you know, if you can. They are more expensive a little bit, but no. I was gonna say acoustic is way harder to record, but if you're not recording, then it doesn't really matter. I mean, that's kind of just preference. Just for the sake of learning and playing guitar. So there's different gauge strings, like different thicknesses. Acoustic guitars pretty much always have a higher, what is it called? I can't remember the term for it, but it's how far the strings stick off the neck of the guitar. Acoustic guitars usually have a little bit more, which means it's a little bit harder to press down on them. And they're usually a higher gauge, which is like just the thickness, so it's more tense, which also makes it harder to press down and get the right note. So it kind of depends on what you like, what your preference is for learning. An electric guitar is going to be easier to start on, but it's also going, like, if you want to build up a tolerance for that, just like build calluses on your fingers and stuff, then you should start with acoustic. Because if you learn acoustic first and then you go to electric, it's gonna feel like nothing. Like, it's gonna feel like this is like the lightest thing ever. That's what I did. But like now, I don't think it matters at all because I play both and it's just fine. So, and then I also think electric guitars can get a little bit more expensive in general because you also have to buy an amp and a cable. And then also, if you want to mess with guitar pedals, which you should. I don't have anything. I want to. I don't have money, so I don't get to get a bunch of fancy shit in terms of, like, I want to. That's like the next things that I want to start putting money into in terms of music. Is I want to get a nicer electric guitar and some pedals and a better amp, because I'd like this little shitty amp and this shitty guitar and no pedals. I forgot what I was saying. I don't want to wake up my family at 3 a.m. Then I would get an electric guitar, because you can plug headphones in. You can't plug headphones in. Well, I mean, you can, but no matter what, an acoustic is going to be an acoustic. And that's only if you get an acoustic electric. But yeah, I would definitely get an electric then. I also think if you do get into recording, I don't remember if you make music or not. I thought you did, or at least like every once in a while. But like, this is exactly why I want to get more into it, is because like I bought an SM57, or yeah, 57, but like I don't really have a use for it because I don't have a good guitar or amp, and I'm not a very good guitar player. I've never touched an instrument in my life, and your name is Sample? That's like a peak artist name. That's crazy. Yeah. Anyway, I think it's way more fun to record things in a more analog way, I guess. Like, I really want to get a nicer guitar, get a pedal board, get a nicer amp, and record, like, I don't have a place to do it here, but I'm moving in just a minute. And like put the amp out like in a bathroom or something, and have the natural reverb of the room, or even just like, I'm gonna be in a bigger room now, my studio is. So even just like the natural reverb of that room, and just like have that feel, it just, I'm getting to the nerd point where I do care about like analog feel of stuff, even just like an analog synth. I want analog synths so bad because they do sound different. So does analog equipment. I'm not as, I don't think, okay. The thing with like, let me switch to, yeah. Bro. Wait. Bro. Oh my god. Okay. The thing with like, what was I saying? With equipment, like outboard gear. I don't think that's the right term. Whatever. Analog processing is, I think, the only people that are gonna notice that is gonna be other people that are nerds about it and are listening for it, and if you probably tell them that it's there. I don't think it's going to like drastically change the overall sound of a song. I think it can, but like not in a way that any normal listener that's just like passing by is ever going to notice. I do think something like analog synths, not as much as like, well, yeah, analog synths and like analog like recording of like say a guitar through a pedal board and then into a room and then out through an amp and then into a mic and then into your DAW or whatever, is that like we humans don't naturally live in a perfectly silent space. Like you're in a room, so you're used to hearing the bounces of the room. So when you put that in a song, it sounds a lot more natural and just feels better. So I think something like that does matter more for like the overall feel. Not that a listener that's just passing by will necessarily notice that directly, but I think that could be a difference between someone adds it to their playlist or not. If your song just sounds dead, it sounds dead. And like you can do digital reverbs and stuff, and some of them can sound really good and cool, but I don't know. It's just more fun too to do it that way. It's not as fun to just drag and drop a reverb onto your master track. Not that you should really be doing that, but I mean you can. I've done it before. I've done it on drums a lot too. I mean money isn't too much of a problem with me since I have a decent paying job and a good amount of money saved up, but I like to not spend too much money on it. I mean, like, do you have a budget-ish? My bad, that was also like a side tangent. That didn't relate to you because it was about recording, but that's just been something I've been thinking about recently, is like, yeah. Just a lot of I Know What I Mean was just made in the box, like in terms of like, I pretty much only have the keyboard, a mic, and an interface, so everything's made in the DAW, other than like the guitar or chord, but that's not that interesting, I guess, as opposed to like creating a synth digital or analog, and like there's no presets or anything on an analog synth. You make the synth, and it's the only time that you're probably ever going to make it sound like that. So if you want to use the synth throughout a whole song, you better record the whole fucking song right then, because if you change any knobs, you're not gonna ever get it to sound the exact same. They also just have a different sound in general. I think that's way more cool than being able to pull up the same VST every time. And it's just more fun to be able to physically play something, even just like have physical knobs and stuff. I don't want to map all my knobs on my MIDI controller to the synthesizer on my DAW. And it's just more fun. And it sounds better. And it's cool. around like $400. Yeah, that's a really good starting point. Probably won't even be spending that much. That's the most I'm willing to spend. I mean, I'll look at guitars right now if you want me to. I should really go to bed soon too, but well, actually, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and be done with the game for now. It's warm. Why is my camera getting bumped? Hang on, one sec. I'm doing a little bit of my own research because I don't know a lot. You're not going to want a Les Paul. So the main two are Telecasters and Stratocasters. And there's single coil pickups and humbucker pickups, which are like these are all single coil. Which like these will hum. This is just what that means. What I don't really know how it works because I don't understand. I haven't looked into it. But like humbuckers will it's just doubled. Sometimes the magnets are showing, sometimes it's just all flat. But and it won't hum. It'll cancel out the humming because it has two pickups, so it can flip the polarity of one. I don't fucking know how the normal sound still gets through. I don't really understand. But one sec. Okay, yeah, mine's a Stratocaster. So I have the 5-way switch. It has like the tremolo bridge. It's just like a kind of all-around guitar, so that's probably what you would want to lean towards. Especially if you're not recording. It looks like they usually don't have a humbucker, and then usually Telecasters do. Telecasters are usually a little bit more expensive, and like they're also a little bit more solid. Yeah. I would get a Stratocaster, I think, for you. Again, like try to get like a name brand one if you can, like a Fender or whatever. I don't know how expensive like the cheapest Fender would be. I just looked up Fender. I'm stupid. Guitars. Look at Sweetwater. I don't know if you know about Sweetwater, but that is the place to go for anything music related, pretty much. Yeah, what? Where's the instruments? Am I stupid? There we go. Here, let me. So just look at some of these. Well, here, I'll just do... Start with like 300. Yeah. So these are kind of what you're looking at. These are probably just guitars. Like, these are probably not a bundle with an amp. Don't go buy one off like Amazon, though. I was Spotify. I don't think you should just buy something off Amazon, especially if it's a bundle. It doesn't matter that much for just learning, but like, guitars are expensive. It's kind of like, if you're gonna buy a guitar, might as well like buy at least a decent one. Like, I kind of regret getting the one that I did. I just didn't know anything about anything, but because I'm still stuck with the same guitar after however many years, and I don't have money to buy a new one. So I kind of want a white one, but I know they're gonna get dirty. So I'm just more focused on doing other stuff right now. So I haven't really gotten a chance to research about what guitar to buy. Yeah, that's real. Well, that's my opinion. It's just, I think you should get a Stratocaster. They're gonna be the cheapest, and it's gonna be electric, so you can play at night. You can do more with it because you can buy pedals, make it sound a whole bunch of different ways. You can even buy just amps that have a bunch of effects built in. Also, like, you want to do, if you get into it and you want to do like a performance or something, it's easier with an electric. But anyway, yeah. I think that's all. Can you see my Dinky Kibble? I think that's a new one. Let's peek though. Yeah, I think it's all. Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna do a little, like, kind of podcast episode type thing with more like an interview, but we're both interviewing each other with Ryan. It's probably gonna be like an hour and a half long or something. Hopefully, that's what I want to do. I don't know how long that'll take because we're about to move in, and then I gotta record it, which will probably take a minute to until we both have a minute to like sit down with each other because we're both really busy right now. And then and then I gotta edit it, and then I'll put it up. There will hopefully be at least one music video for the album. I was looking to come on here and rant about that, but I don't think I'm gonna. But I just have no motivation for it. But that's okay. I just thought of it because I ordered some new kibble for my cat. Peek. I think that's all I had. I'm working on new shit. It'll be lit. This is my album. I know you probably have, but listen to it again. Because I put a lot of effort into it, and it took a really long time. And I guarantee there's more stuff you haven't noticed. That post that I did, if you didn't see that, go look at it. I'll pull it up. With the, this post. This, actually, maybe I'll yap about this for a sec. Because I wanted to. This only, like, scratches the surface of how in-depth this album is. Let me... So I explained this soliloquy is a Latin noun. How I found it is, like, I just looked up what's, like, a Latin word for creativity. And that's, like, the closest thing I found. There's kind of not one, but this pretty much is, I mean, it's creativity. So, like I say down here, this is Solarity, by the way, this black and white. I was gonna do a music video for the intro and the outro. I don't know if I'm gonna do that. It would be a shit ton of work. That little 30-second teaser that I did for the album, the visualizer, took me probably like 50 hours within a weekend. I did nothing but that for like a weekend straight, like 4 days. To get that done, and it took me fucking forever. I think it looks really cool, but anyway, this is Solarity. Which technically my profile picture is that too. And then, yeah, it just is manifested through this voice that's yeah. I feel like that was a really big misconception, I guess, is like this intro is not me talking, it's the personification of creativity talking to me. It's saying if my creativity dies, it wouldn't matter because I haven't made a difference. Even though I've had so many rants to like my friends and stuff of being like, I live for this, and like this is my whole purpose. And like, I used to believe in God a lot more strongly. So I used to be like, I think if I was put here, this is why. So yeah, I would literally say that this is why I'm alive. But and then I would, it's more like personal. Like I did make a lot of posts online of being like, the album's coming soon, it's almost done. Over, like, I would literally constantly say it's gonna be in a few months for 4 years straight. I started that video series when I first started the album, and I was gonna be like, I don't want this to take over a year. It took over a year. So, yeah. What was I saying? Yeah, just, that's what the "you've given me nothing to show for it" is. And then this is me talking back to Solertia now, saying, I'm not ready. And just asking for patience and saying, wait. Which is then contrasted by the last song. I'll get into the other lyrics on the song in a second, but here we have Go in the same rhythm and tone as was on as the Wait. And then I say thank you for your patience. Now you'll never be the same. Which is pretty much like, this is pretty much me talking back to Solertia after I've put out the album. Because I think it's just this will forever be my debut album. And even though I'm like not in love with the album necessarily anymore, I think it's a very strong debut album, especially for being 18. Made, yeah. And then it has this contrast of the very first verse of the album. So now this is Solertia, and so this is like really important because it's Solertia and me talking. So Solertia is talking to me, and then I'm talking to the audience, or the listener. So Solertia to me is saying, if today's the day my creativity dies, I don't know who, as in being both me and anyone else, will miss my creativity because I'm like, don't have a big audience or whatever. But if Solertia is saying to me, if today's the day that I as a person die, I hope that I help just a little bit. So it's saying, if today's the day I as a person die, I hope me being creative helped myself and like helped me be able to cope with everything that the album's about. And if I did, I don't want to die yet. That's pretty self-explanatory, but I think that's lit. And then I'm saying to the listener, thank you for your patience for literally waiting for so long on this this album. And if today's the day me as a person dies, I don't know who will miss me. But if today's the day you, the listener, dies, I hope that I made you feel a little bit better with this album that you just listened to. That's the idea. And if I did, I don't want to die. And then a lot of this album's pretty much about three things. It's about, I have 0 concurrent viewers. Whatever. It's about love is the first thing, religion and music, and like the whole thing's about meaning. The whole thing's about meaning, of like where meaning comes from. I say that in this post, but like, so, and then you have it like wrapped in this book, in this burrito, this album burrito, where the first song or the sandwich, there's Midnight Kids in the middle, and Animoy. They're kind of, but where Chrysanthemum and Sincerely Solertia are very symbolic and like kind of wrap up the whole thing and like kind of break the fourth wall of the album. So yeah, Mrs. Sweet Tooth is the first love song, pretty much. Vegas Smile is about insecurities with it's about struggling with music and like like inspiration and motivation with it. So like I do this a lot in the album where there's the surface of like what the lyrics mean, and then there's a layer behind it of like what I'm actually trying to express with it. So like these are very on the surface, it's kind of just talking about insecurity in general, of like how you look, and like I really do like taking pictures more than I do just like existing, because I can get the right angle of my face, and it's this one, by the way. That's the angle I like. But I can get the right angle of my face and like make myself look as good, fix my chain, how my hoodie is sitting. Like I can just fix everything, and I just wish I looked as good as I think I do in that moment all the time. But then behind that, it's like I also wish I was as good at music as this album makes it seem I am. I'm not. Like, because this is just what you see. You see the best of everything. I'm 95% of what I make, it does not sound nearly as good as it did in this album. And you can go back and edit things, like whether it be a picture or the music itself. You can go back and edit and give myself auto-tune and pitch, even hit the wrong note with the auto-tune because I suck that bad. I can take that clip of that one word that I sang and pitch it down so that the auto-tune actually catches it and it sounds good. But I didn't actually sing it good because I'm shit at singing. So that's what I'm saying, is it's like, yeah. And then this is a little bit more direct with like, I wish if you, like the listener, were here staring at me right now, maybe then I would have the motivation to like, or feel guilty enough to get up and go work on something instead of sitting here. Like, this also goes along with the guilt of like constantly being like, this is exactly what I want to do with my life, and this is like what I live for, but then not going and doing it when I have the chance to do it. Like what yeah, which is like what that little second half of the verse is. And then the rest of the song is pretty much saying like especially this bridge is like, it's questioning whether, if I have this many issues with music and like I have this much of this hard of a time to get myself to even work on it, then is it even my passion, and like, do I even want to do this for the rest of my life? Which, yeah, that's what the bridge is about. Hope is a more surface level song. Like, it's not supposed to be the deepest thing ever, but I just like the symbolism of like hope leaving, just because it just ties into a lot of the album in general. And I also just really liked having Olivia on it. This one's not as like think about it and like decipher everything. It's pretty much just saying like hope is gone and personifying it, which I thought was a cool idea. And then a back concussion. That also goes with the chrysanthemum. I forgot to say that, but it's a European flower that represents eternal love in some cultures while symbolizing mourning and death in others. It's just like, it matches the symbolisms of the entire album because of love and also death. And just where's the meaning? So like, and then you also have literally the lines about if today's the day I die, or if today's the day you die, which just ties into that. Chrysanthemum works because if today's the day you die, I hope I loved you well enough, is like what I'm saying, both to myself and to the listener, which I think is cool, especially in this last verse of that. Anyway, and then a back concussion is the second love song. I mean, this one's really obvious. I don't think this one's as well written as the other ones. But the whole idea of this song is like kind of being rejected for the first time. Not that I'm like so swagger that I'm just so hot and no one's ever rejected me before. I don't have the confidence to just like shoot a shot, so I don't. Yeah, this was like the first time I was really rejected, or not, kind of. Whatever. But the idea is like, okay, well, you led me on, so fuck you. And then it's just slowly thinking about it more and coming to the realization that she did nothing wrong, just because she was nice. So like, that she did nothing wrong down here. Where is it? And then you also have the just because so you drove down the cul-de-sac, but there's more than that beforehand on the doorstep. I don't remember what that's about. I don't remember what those 3 lines are about. I remember them meaning something really important. I don't remember. That's crazy. Cool rap bit. I do like this part. But yeah, this one's pretty easy to understand. I feel like you can get it pretty quickly on the first listen. But that one's just getting rejected for the first time and learning to not blame them for me being upset about it, because they didn't do anything wrong by just being nice and like, yeah, not demonizing. Yeah. There's something else I was gonna say about this song. I don't remember. Midnight Kid is mostly about religion. Midnight Kid's just kind of everywhere, and that's the point. Is it's supposed to be like pretty much a panic attack, because like it's just kind of a run of thoughts of like, it feels like later is coming soon. Such a good line, because it's like all the things that you said you were going to do later, you have to do them now. Or like just whatever you're dreading, like whatever, like say even like just whatever it is, like say you have something crazy going on tomorrow that you didn't want to deal with or whatever, it feels like later is coming soon, and it's midnight and you're like, I love that line. These first 2 lines are just kind of the same thing of like, it feels like I'm running out of time. I also really like I tie the noose for all the things I didn't do. Just saying like, I wish I could get to all these things. Which when I was writing, like I want to make a movie. I want to make a game at some point. I want to make a lot more albums. So I want to do all that. Yeah. Even just like I have a bunch of ideas. But this whole chorus is kind of just surface level, like I just panic attack stuff, but like religion obviously ties into it, like down here, but I can't walk on water. It's pretty much saying like I'm not God, I can't do all the things I want to do. And then it's also like unnecessarily high expectations in religious contexts in general. Like I can't be the perfect person, and I shouldn't have to hate myself just because I drink coffee. I'm ex-Mormon, so that's where that is. But or like, yeah. just, yeah. Good night, Chrysalis. I forgot what I was saying. I don't know. Just the religious. That's what this is. And then obviously you have like the religiousness down here. So these, okay, here, start up here. This is another one where I'm saying two things. This is also about being insecure about music again. So this is just on the surface, it's just I'm literally really insecure about being skinny. And I just think it's crazy of like how much pressure there is to be like, I was talking to one of my friends and I was like, I want to get into the gym, and not like no hate on them or anything. I don't think they said anything wrong necessarily, but I asked like, do I need to be counting my calories, or can I just kind of eat whatever and eat more and then and just work out and have that be enough? And they were kind of like, they just broke everything down and was like, these are the different like carbs, and I don't even remember what they're all called, but it was just really overwhelming to like hear about all of it right like before I had even gone to the gym once or anything. But the answer pretty much was like, yes, you need to count your calories, and I was like, I don't want to do that. So I ended up just being discouraging, and I didn't end up doing it all. I want to now. I really want to get into it, but I like working at, like I've done it before. I haven't ever really been super consistent. The longest I've done it for is like a month, but it feels good, and I feel better about myself, so I really want to. But anyway, count your blessings, and it might be all you've got. I just like these lines on just their surface meaning too, because of the religious shit. The idea of the blessings that you have now being the only good things to ever happen to you is terrifying. Or like, people just say like, count your blessings, be thankful for what you have and stuff, and it's like, I don't know, I just don't like it. Like, it makes me feel like I'm not allowed to be upset with my current standing in life. Like, even my dad says it to me like a lot, of being like, or we were talking about it the other day, and he was like, I mean, at least you have a hobby, even because I was actually talking about how the album didn't perform as well as I would have liked it to, and he was like, I mean, at least you have a hobby, and if that's all that it ever is, you should be grateful for that. And I was like, I guess, but I'm not. Like, not necessarily that I want to, I don't know, it's really hard to like talk about it all, because if you talk about it at all, the first assumption is immediately like, oh, so you just want the clout, or you just want the money, or whatever. But it's like, I want to not work. I want to enjoy my life. That's what it actually comes to, is like, it's not that I don't want to, what? Like, isn't that the goal, is to like enjoy yourself? Which is kind of what all this religious stuff ties into, is I wasn't happy when I was religious. Like, because I felt so pressured that everything I was doing was wrong. And just the more I thought about it, the more I was like, there's no reason that these things that I'm stressed about should matter. Like, in the grand scheme of things, I think what fucking matters is what I'm going to do to the person that's next to me. Not how many times I jerked off in the shower. Like, genuinely. Like, I don't think I'm gonna go to hell for that. But that's like so heavily pushed. I don't know. Just stuff like that doesn't make sense to me. But oh, what was I saying? It was just a second ago. Crap, I forgot. I don't remember. I was just talking about how much pressure there is around being... I don't remember what I was saying now. Alright, well, whatever. And then I was saying there's two meanings to this. So, in terms of, like, being self-conscious about music and stuff. So, this is saying people... It's the pressure, just, like, from other people that do music and stuff to be, like, only put out your very best thing. And, yeah. Like, be picky with what you end up using, what you don't. But then I got so picky that now I have nothing to show for it. Like, I got so picky that I have nothing good, nothing that I think is good to show you anymore. Even though I have stuff, I just think it's all bad. So like that's what the I'm skinny is. And then count your blessings being appreciate the good music you do have already, because that might be the only good music you ever make, which is something that I've thought about with this album a lot, especially when I was getting close to being done with it, because I got so proud of it, and I was like, this is really in-depth conceptually, and I was like, I don't know if I can top this. Like, I don't know, and I honestly still don't, if I can make something that's this cohesive in terms of the concepts again, because it's so complicated. I mean, I could probably, it doesn't need to be this complicated again. I think because it's so complicated, which I talk about in Sincerely Solertia, I think it being this complicated makes it hard to understand without me going through it like this and explaining everything. Not necessarily that's entirely a bad thing. I wanted it to be up for your own interpretation a lot. That's why I waited a while to even talk about anything, especially like made that post or anything, because I didn't want it to be like shove everything down your throat right away of like, here's what it means, so that there's purposely a lot of lines in here that are more ambiguous, so you can apply it to yourself and to cope with it in your own way, regardless of what I'm actually saying by it. That's exactly what these are, of like these double meanings and stuff. It was like, even just in Fake a Smile, where it's, I wish I looked just like I do in pictures, make it easy just to hide all of your blisters. That's more relatable, because I feel like, especially just with, if you scroll on Instagram and something, you know, these pictures are like edited to shit. I feel like it's not as common anymore to just like actually go through and like remove all your pimples and shit, but I do think it's still, you're not gonna post, I mean, people do. I was gonna say you're not gonna post your bad pictures, but like, even then, it's to be funny. Like, you're not gonna post your pictures that aren't funny and aren't good looking. If it's just a bad picture, you're not gonna post it, but everyone has them, and it goes for more than just pictures. It's like, you're not gonna tell everybody about your stories that you're still embarrassed about, or things that you're just ashamed of. And that goes for like your looks, is if someone's really ashamed of how they look, they're not gonna post it as much. And this ties into that. This line does, like, now I'm getting skinny. I don't have anything to show you because I got so picky with what I show you. It's not that it's not there, it's that it's not, I don't think it's good. And that bothers me. Because you told me it's best for me. Yeah. And then down here. Oh yeah, and then yeah. And then this goes into like praying. I might be talking to the wall or mirrored because it doesn't say the same thing back. I don't know. It's like hard. I don't want to just like shit on people that are religious or like just religion in general, but I felt so stupid anytime I would pray or anything. I just felt like there was no one there. And as a kid, I did feel like, as a younger kid, I really did feel more like spiritual and stuff. But I don't know. I just very much came out of it, which I don't think is a bad thing. And I don't think it should be looked at as a bad thing by people that are religious. I feel like that's so common for like people to be like, oh, this guy doesn't believe in God. I mean, like most people believe that if you choose not to, and you know of Jesus or whatever, that you're gonna go to hell. That's crazy to me. It sounds really loving. And you just have the pre-chorus here and the chorus again. And then the rest of the song is just pretty much slow down, little dreamer. So there's the birds, it's morning now after the midnight. The kid that was in the midnight, now it is morning kid. Oh. And I'm just calming down. Just kind of. This shouldn't be talked about. It's what it is. Like, there's not even much to talk about. It's just it's much more supposed to be an experience of these words, not looked at in depth. So there you go. Falling Just Fall Again is the third, technically, love song, or song about love. They're not really love songs. I wouldn't call them that. But this is the just questioning social norms of like just marriage. I don't really believe in marriage anymore. I'm probably like young as fuck to be saying stuff like that, but what I hate most is people using religion as a blanket, an excuse to hate on certain minorities or ideals. Exactly. I agree. Especially LGBTQ Pride Month. Some of my best friends, I think everyone's a little gay. I think it's way more rare to be actually straight, like fully straight, than it would be to be like bi. I think there are people that are, just from like what I've seen, but there's I saw I don't know what that guy's name is. I forgot. I want to say something like Sean, but he does like debates with it. I've seen a bunch of clips on him from like literally today. I think he just did a video and it keeps getting clipped. But he does political debates and stuff. And he had this dude call in, and the dude is explaining the entire time that he used to be bi, and he would have feelings for a dude the same as a girl, and he's just the entire time he's arguing that Dean Weathers, I think that's right. Yeah, him. Yeah, and he had this dude come on, and this dude is just like explaining the entire time that no, you have to come to Jesus, and it is a choice between like being straight or like the whole thing is like arguing of whether or not being gay is a choice or if it's not. And the entire time he's arguing that it is a choice, but it's so backwards because he's like, I do love men. I just choose not to pursue them. And the entire time Dean is like, you're bi, dude. Like, yo, I'm on stream. You're on speaker.
Cool. I'm moving into the house, but I'm spooked because I heard the door swinging, so I got scared. So I called you.
Peek.
Yeah.
It's okay, buddy.
I know, and like, I was like, oh.
Was it like the great door or whatever, like the first door?
Yeah, the outside door.
I see. Just because of the wind.
Swung shut. Yeah, so I got spooked. So I was like, I gotta call my buddy.
It's okay, pal.
You know? Thank you. I'm also gonna lease you out those 2 Red Bulls in the fridge. Like, I'll replace them.
Oh, okay. I was like, they were mine.
Yeah, I know. So I'll replace them. Trust.
With interest? Just kidding.
Yes.
No, that's all right.
Because it's buy 2 get 1 free. So I'll actually just put all 3 of them in there.
Okay, bet.
Yeah, I bet.
Did you already drink them both?
No. I'm gonna drink the other one though. Just in a minute here.
Bet.
Yeah. But what are you playing?
I'm not playing anything right now. I'm actually breaking down my album more.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Good. What's up?
I'm on Falling Just Vlogging right now.
I bet. Well, I'll let you get back to it.
Bet.
Have a jolly old time.
I will have a jolly old time.
Thank you.
I love you.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Very swell. I love Ryan. That's Ryan, by the way. Melotopia. Ryan of Melotopia. I will glaze them forever. I was talking about gay people. I think that was it for like there's just Dean, that clip and stuff. How did I get there? Oh, because of your thing. Yes. Or just, I very much think people just need to not be as judgy. Like, I think everyone is a little bit just naturally. I try not to be. I'm sure I am a lot of the time. But like, if you believe in religion, do it. Like, go, like, not preach your shit, but like, I mean, to the people that want to hear it, yeah, preach your shit. And like, practice your shit. Go, like, I want you to be able to do that, and you should do that. I think you should stand by what you really believe. But if you can believe your thing and you can believe your ideals without pressing them on to people that don't want them. You shouldn't be president pushing religious ideals onto the entire country. like hookup culture and just like sex before marriage, like just all that. Like, you cannot believe in it and still allow it to happen in other places. Like, you should. I'm okay with you're doing I'm okay with you doing your thing that I don't agree with. I'm gonna do my thing that you don't necessarily agree with. There's like a million things. Like, I think it's crazy that you shouldn't. That the general like consensus is do not move in with someone before you marry them. Why? What if you hate everything they do when you live with them? You have to get a divorce and then go to hell because that's what most religions believe? Like, what? Why live with the person first so you can learn how they act and how they are, and like if they're clean, if that's what you care about. Like, you should see if you work well together first before you commit the rest of your life to being with this person. Or don't commit the rest of your life to being with this person. That's what this song is about. Of like, Why do I have to tell you I'm going to love you forever? I might not. I don't want to lie to you now. I might not love you forever, and that's okay. Whether it be something crazy that one of us did to each other, or just not feeling it anymore. I don't think there's anything wrong with breaking up just because you're not feeling it anymore. There is a difference between not feeling the spark anymore and not wanting to be in a relationship anymore. I don't think you should break up with someone just because you're not feeling the spark anymore. I think it can very much come and go, and you can fall in love with someone multiple times and fall deeper in love with them than you were before. I forgot what I was saying. Oh, but if you're getting to the point where it's like, I just feel like our lives are not working as well together anymore, then split up. Like, it's okay. Like, and it doesn't mean you can't ever be friends again. Of course, like, you should take it into account of, like, if the other person, like, say you're breaking up with someone because you're just like, I don't really want to be in this relationship anymore, either because, like, I want to see other people even. Like, I think that's okay. I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with that, but you should still respect that it might hurt the person you're breaking up with. And you should respect that, like, say you still really want to be friends with this person, but if you do that, then they're still going to be fully attached to you. Then you should, like, you need to be prepared for that if they think, if it's either break up or if it's either stay together or break up and split at least for a while and not talk to each other so that the other person can disconnect themselves from you, then you need to be prepared to do that, because if you're not okay with not being friends, then why not just stay with the person? In my opinion. But yeah, I don't understand telling someone feelings are temporary. That's the whole thing with them. That's the whole thing. Why would you tell someone how you're going to feel in 35 years? At the least, usually. In 50 years. You married at 30 even. Well, me personally, just like the idea of religion is growing up in an extremely conservative part of my country and seeing how the people around me are. Me too. Yeah. I don't agree with almost anyone around me, and when it comes to beliefs on stuff. Yeah. So yeah, that's what this song is about. It's just like, I don't understand the point of... Whoa, that scared the shit out of me. I don't understand why you would promise someone that you're going to feel a certain way about them in however many years, and then why you would legally like make a contract that binds yourself to that person. I get like tax benefits. That's the only benefit to me. And like getting to call you my wife or husband. But other than that, like, there's, I don't know. I don't fuck with it. But yeah. And then, what's after this? I don't get it. I was talking to someone about why this still matters. Because the whole thing with the I don't get it for me is like, it was the first song that I made for the album that I ended up finishing. Oh my god. So, it's just, it didn't end up fitting conceptually as well as I would have liked it to. Oh yeah. But there was I don't remember. There was some certain line that was really important. This also just goes to show how my beliefs has changed a little bit. I mean, this also, I think this gets misconceptualized a lot as like, I will never drink or do anything. But that's like not what I'm saying here. That's not the point of the song at all. This song, I feel like the impression of it for some reason is like I'm against all that, but I'm not. Hi Oaf. I don't remember. I was talking to someone the other day of like why this was still really important to be in here. It does matter for the flow of the album a lot. Like going just from Falling to Fall Again into Cypher Soares I wouldn't have liked that. But and that Cypher Soares is the 4th out of 5 of the songs about love on the album. Which is pretty much like the overall arc of like the overall idea of the love trope of the entire thing is like thinking about this person and just like noticing this person, even though they're all technically written about different people, like they're not all about one person, but just the idea, the concept for the album, thinking about this person, getting rejected by this person, not ever wanting to date again, or like just rejecting marriage, finding like learning how to love properly, or just like thinking about it, and I mean that is what it is. And then kind of breaking up and like being okay with moving on is what this is, what Appetite is. So for Cypher Soares, with the context of Falling Just to Fall Again, you have like so I'm saying like I still think those same things that I expressed in Falling Just to Fall Again. Such a big line for the album. I think I got into it a little bit once on one of the last streams, but it explains my entire philosophy of like life and like what I believe. I love it so much. But in the context of the song, it's saying like, and just like the overall love, everything. I am, because I don't believe in religion or anything, I just think, I don't think we're meant for anything, but if we were, I guess, created in some way, like, I don't know how to explain it, because I don't think you can be meant for something, if there is nothing that gave you the assignment of being meant for something, like, you're not supposed to do anything. I think, like, we are just creatures here that got here by coincidence is, like, what I think. And I think the most interesting part of life is our emotions. So why not do everything you can to experience them to the fullest? Like, I don't know why you would live a boring life, really. Which is, like, there's more religious stuff, but, like, I'd be bored as fuck if I was actually, like, religious. And in the context of relationship stuff, like, I am just saying, I love you now. So I'm, like, I don't think just because I don't love marriage, or, like, don't like the idea of marriage, which is what I'm saying in Falling Just Fall Again, is, like, the entire thing with Falling Just Fall Again is, I'm like, if love just ends, like, if I'm going to be with someone for not the rest of my life, like, if I'm not going to marry someone, then why would I date anyone at all? That's the whole thing of, like, I don't want to start again. So then that's the development of, like, growth of, like, just because we might not be together forever, doesn't mean that I don't want to experience the emotions of both loving you and the grief of losing you. Like, I'm okay with both of those because I just think we're meant to feel. I think that's the most yeah. And that got to our heads, I like a lot, because it's gives so much, it has so much depth, because it's a critique on, like, all of society with marriage, of being like, I think we just got so caught up in the emotion of love that we were like, it has to be one person, it has to be, loyalty does feel good. I think you naturally want to not experience, like, not feel sad or experience bad things. So that's what I'm saying, is, like, I think it just got to our head where we stress about never feeling anything bad, so we'll force ourselves to stay with one person together so that we never have to experience the grief of losing them. But instead you just suffer with your spouse that you don't love for the rest of your life, and you're miserable. It seems really stupid to me. I think the more okay you are with experiencing bad things, the happier you can be overall. I've experienced friends passing away, and it sucks, but, like, it's, I don't know. Just for that reason, I think I'm a lot more optimistic about things still than I would have been. Yeah. Yeah, so, I mean, this is, and then the chorus comes, and it's, like, I mean, kind of surface level, but waste could be in quotes, because it's, like, I wouldn't consider it wasting my time, even if we do break up. Yeah. And then, I don't think I've ever talked about this, but this seems contradictory with it being like, if we break up, then I'll be okay with it, and then saying you'll always be my Cypher's Rise. But the idea of that is, like, even if we don't end up together in 10 years from now, I can still look back on what we had and appreciate that it happened. And so, because of that, I can always be happy about you either way. And then this whole verse, I'm just gonna let this play because I honestly think it's underrated, but pretty like learning how to self-reflect and understand the issues that I have with loving someone, that I think you can naturally end up becoming manipulative on accident really easily, because being loved feels good and you end up doing anything to get it again. And by doing that, you end up... I guess I'm going to tell you a story. One of my first, like, girlfriend, there was a really, like, we would hang out every single day, and, like, towards the end of our relationship, I could tell that she was getting, like, increasingly more upset with me and increasingly more, like, iffy about me. And there was a day that she was like, I don't want to hang out with you today. Like, I want to go hang out with, like, my friends for a little bit, if that's okay. I was like, yeah, bet. And then she left, and then I sat there with my head in my arms, like that, and I forced myself to cry. That's what this is. That's what that line is. And this was in middle school, so it's like, like, I didn't know what I was stupid. But, and then she eventually came back and was like, are you okay? You fucking idiot. Because she knew I was being a piece of shit. And then she broke up with me pretty soon after that, as she should have. My bad. Yeah, so that line is saying, like, yeah, feeling like being loved feels good, but I'm not gonna get it 24/7. You're not gonna be perfect at loving me. You should also live your own life, and that's okay. And you should always find a middle ground between what both of you want. Say, like, one of you wants to hang out every day except for, like, 2 days in a week, and the other one of you wants to only hang out, like, 3 times a week. You should find... one of you shouldn't just get your way. Like, if one of you wants 3 and one of you wants 5 days a week, you should do, like, 4. In my opinion. Like, and one day, one of you might be a little bit more drained, and the other one, for a day, might be a little bit sad that they can't hang out with you. But that's just what it's gonna be. Like, it's okay. But if you just give one person what they want, then one of them's suffering and one of them gets everything they want. And it's just not healthy, and it's one-sided. Then you get issues like, hey, I feel like you don't miss me as much as you do. Or I feel like you don't miss me as much as I do. It just creates a bunch of insecurity and, like, issues. So that's what that line is. And then the whole second half of this song is pretty self-explanatory, so I won't really go into it. But then Appetite, I talked to... Me and Ryan were actually going through really similar things when we were writing this. So he kind of ended up just, like, spilling out exactly what I wanted him to say. I mean, we also talked about it a lot of, like, let's make this a really cohesive thing where we're both saying the same thing, because that's happened before where I have him on for a project and I'm like, this is what I want, and he ends up kind of veering off and, like, doing something else. I'm like, this isn't really what I was saying, but it kind of matches, so I'll just leave it. But this one is, like, spot on for, like, exactly what I was also feeling, and he was feeling the exact same thing. So basically this whole thing is, like, it's validating our emotions with everything, because the whole thing is like I miss this person that is no longer in my life, and that's okay. And then it's also kind of feeling guilty about talking to someone else or other people, or like looking at other people just in general while you're still missing this person. But that's also okay. Like, those emotions are okay, and it's also okay that you're talking to someone else. Like, it's okay. It's okay. That's just like all this song is. And the whole I've Got an Appetite Again is saying, like, I'm okay with, I now have a much healthier mindset about breakups and love in general, that I'm okay with this relationship being over and moving on to something new, whether it be a full-on relationship or just like a situationship. That's okay. It's not everything needs to be super serious either. And that's like, yeah, this verse. I just spent the last several minutes trying to come up with a post, taking pictures and redoing, trying to get into a flow, but I caught myself, I gotta take a step back. Haven't felt that feeling in a while. I'm impressed that all the little things can glimmer. Yeah. I mean, pretty much just everything I just said. Ryan cooked. He did an amazing job on this song. Yeah. So this is all saying, especially this line, same thing as like the other line in Suffer Sore Eyes, where it's I just think we're meant to feel. I'm okay with being sad. The rest of this is kind of just like not as in depth, but this is just saying like our relationship ended, but it's okay because I've got an appetite again for other people or whatever. And then this whole last thing is something that Ryan wrote, and it's kind of like a message to that last relationship, the person from that last relationship, of telling that person to also, like, it's, if you're talking to someone else, it's okay. If you're just, whatever you're doing to cope also is okay. Like, you don't need to stress about doing everything perfectly, and like, just whatever you're feeling, I don't think you should suppress what you're feeling because of a situation. Like, to a point, like, you should be loyal if you've agreed to be loyal. But if you're like fully in love with someone while you're in a relationship, break up with that person. Don't cheat, you bitch. Break up with that person, and you should pursue the new person that you are interested in, even if it's immediately after. I think that's okay. Like, in my opinion, it's hard because that is going to hurt the person that you're currently with. But at the same time, it's like, it's just how, like, it's not really your fault, in my opinion, because it's like, I guess maybe you should have cut it off earlier if you really think you're about to like go into a relationship with this person. Then I don't think you should be, I think you should try to cut it off earlier if you can. But like, what is that person, is the person going to be mad at you because you didn't cheat on them and you were honest with your emotions, and you, like, I don't know, it's just kind of, situations like that or just kind of suck for both ends a little bit. I also don't think it's impossible to love two people at once. But again, it's just like if you're agreeing to be exclusive, again, loyalty feels good. And if you are agreeing to be exclusive, you should stick with it. But yeah. Ryan went crazy on that song. Wrote 90% of the lyrics. I just wrote my chorus. But he understood the assignment. Grown Ups is just Grown Ups. There's kind of not much I can say about it. It's pretty self-explanatory too. It's just fun fact. Those clips are actually me as a kid, doing like little YouTube videos for just like this one. I'm showing off this Lego thing I built, like just myself. Like I was showing the inside of it and stuff. That sound is my phone falling, and then I get mad about it. And I'm like, this has been happening to me all day. And I specifically chose these clips that are in here because because I'm getting frustrated, and it's really emotional for me because I'm listening to myself get really frustrated with these little tiny things, what seem like little tiny things now, but they were so much bigger of an issue than I could have known. And like kind of a corny way of just being like, you don't know what's coming. Welcome to the real world. But like yeah, it's just, that's also something that I think about with like just parenthood a lot. Like there'd be people out here that are like invalidating every single emotion their kid has, especially this generation. I see it in every single person I know. just because okay, like this audio or whatever, my phone falling down to me was extremely frustrating because it was happening constantly and whatever. But if someone came in and was like, your problems don't like are tiny, you like, this is not something that you should be getting frustrated about, and you do that with everything, your kid is not going to know how to process any emotions. And like even in a relationship or like just any kind, like not even a romantic relationship, just with your friends or anything, you can have different level of like objective. Okay, I would say that you can have two levels of objective, like worseness of problems. One of you is dealing with someone passing away or something, and one of you is just like, I don't know, just like lost your job or something. I would consider those to be objectively like this in terms of the severity of the issues. But if this person is constantly like, you have it so good, you have no idea, it sucks what happened to you. That doesn't give you an excuse to be an asshole to other people. That doesn't give you an excuse to invalidate how someone else is feeling. If that person's like really stressed about their life and just like money and stuff, that's okay. They have a reason to be upset about that, just like you have a reason to be upset about that person passing away. Now, it's a little bit different of like how you should deal with the emotions. Like, I generally think this person should be focusing much more on what this person is feeling than like talking about their own problems. And like, if you're close friends, you would be okay with not talking about it at all. If it's like, it's just, you need to understand, that's what close friends are for, is like just understanding each other's emotions and like what you're going through, regardless of the severity and stuff. It's like, yeah. I don't know how I got there, but this other, so in that first clip, I did this on purpose where, so you have this whole first section, and so the idea is you have this whole first verse that's being thought by this version of me that's in these clips. So I'm like 8-ish in that audio clip right here, maybe 7. And then the idea, so you jump a little bit, and I'm like a little bit older now and questioning things more. So I think I'm like 11 or 12 in this clip. You can hear my voice is like a little bit older. I almost didn't put that in there, everything sucks right now, because I was like, that's kind of corny, because it's like, dude, shut up. But it's the exact thing that I'm talking about, where it's like, I'm just talking about, I'm literally putting my phone, it's kind of funny, I'm putting my phone in like a phone holder so that I can like record this thing, and I was just getting frustrated with it. So it's kind of really similar to the first clip, which I thought was funny, but I just like the idea of me sitting there and being like, everything sucks right now, because of that same thing of like, dude, you don't know what sucks and what doesn't. And you can hear it's just like a little bit older, and then eventually I get to this is the me now, like what I think now, and then yeah, I just really like this song, and then like this idea is like a little bit more in depth than just like I'll stay a kid forever. I'm like vowing to keep my childlike wonders forever, is like what that actually means. Shut up. Just saying, like, for some reason, grown-ups, it's like the idea is saying grown-ups have no dreams around me and like don't do what they seem like they would love doing, or like still have the ambitions to save the planet or love everyone the best they can and stuff. Yeah. So then I'm just saying, like, I don't want to be like the grown-ups around me, is the idea. And I already talked about Sincerely Soleility a little bit, but this whole thing is Soleility critiquing me and being like, so the idea is the album's over now, I mean literally, and so Soleility is now talking to me being like, how do you feel now? Like, do you feel grown because you talked about growing up? Because you wrote a song called Grown Ups, and because you talked about love? Do you feel all grown now because you don't believe in God anymore? Like, that's like that's the connotation that I wanted that to have. This is something that I also have just thought about a lot, of like trying really hard to be authentic with everything that I'm saying, of like not faking it, and then being insecure about what that means. That's also something I've thought about. It's just like, I really don't think it happened in the final product, but I do think while I was making it, I ended up making songs that sounded like kind of just the same thing over and over, especially in style. Ended up being really diverse throughout the whole project, so I was really happy with it. But like I ended up having a bunch of songs that sounded exactly like Falling Just to Fall Again, or a bunch of songs that sounded exactly like Fake a Smile. But I think it ended up being really diverse, but that's just like expressing that insecurity. then this is being insecure about the songs being too basic or not re-listenable, where you listen to all the songs like 2 times and you're kind of just done with them already. Like, they're not catchy enough to keep you coming back or anything. So every time that you listen to it, it gets a little bit older and you don't really care about it as much as like what that is. I also really like this line because it's someone actually, if someone's hearing this, then you can just listen to the song by itself, but the point is, like, if you're hearing this, that means someone's still here that listened to the entire thing. For the songs to get older to them. And then I Lost My Faith This Year is both literal and like, and then also it's Solarity saying to me, like, I've given up on waiting for you to live up to all the promises you've made to your friends and yourself and online of being like, this album's almost out and whatever. I've lost my faith that you'll actually follow through with it. And then this whole part is about worrying. I talked about this at the beginning, but worrying about if the entire album is way too complicated, but no one could decipher the entire thing just by listening to it. Like, I have to go back and explain it, because I wasn't direct with what I was saying. Tell me, would you be content if nobody knew what you make? Said your intentions, well, I'm gone. So the idea of like the "well, I'm gone" part is, so you have this insecurity. Because of that insecurity, I don't have it like motivation for a second or creativity for a second. So that's the "well, I'm gone." And then this is, do you regret making all these promises that you had? And okay, explaining this is always like a little bit corny, but the idea is there's all these characters that are in my head. So there's Solaritia, which is creativity. There's Hope. There's Mrs. Sweet Tooth, which is like kind of a real person. But the idea of Mrs. Sweet Tooth is it's this manifestation of who you see this person as, not who they actually are. Is like, that's what Mrs. Sweet Tooth is. Yeah, and then there was Midnight Kid is like the version of me that has panic attacks or whatever. I think that's it. Yeah, for the most part. I mean, like, you could argue it's just like the characters pretty much throughout the album. So you're pulling off your own head of like removing these, you're pushing all these people away of like, either with Mrs. Sweet Tooth, like not being with that person, or with Hope just not having hope anymore, because the idea with Hope is you never checked in on Hope. I don't really know what that means symbolically. That song's not that complicated, but and then you have Midnight Kid, could be like subverting like your feelings, and then Solaritia being, if you don't do something with your creativity is going to be gone. My headphones just died. Like, I was worried at one point of spending so long on this album that I never finish it, and then I just lose all motivation to make music at all. So the wondering where we all went is all the characters. If you can't live up to what you said, is just saying like, put out the album. Pretty much. That I'm gone, but not for long, because creativity comes and goes. This verse is so good. But this is actually going into something that I think about a lot, of like looking. There's been times where like I look at either my parents or like some other people that are like around their age, where I'm like, you don't know what you're doing either. You are guessing. You are pretending like you know just as much as I do. And like even just like things like making payments and doing your taxes, like it, you guess. I'm not guessing my taxes, IRS, don't come for me. But like the point is like, you put on this front of being like, I'm a grown adult that knows how to do my taxes and knows how to do my payments. But then you actually have a conversation and it's like, I don't really know how anything works. And it's like, yeah, or just like things that you actually do know more about your parents or just any adult. I had a professor that couldn't be wrong. I had a bunch of arguments with him about music stuff that I know for a fact because I do it constantly, and he would argue with me about it, and we would look stuff up, and he would keep twisting his argument until it was slowly the same thing as I'm saying, and he'd just be like, that's what I was saying the whole time. And I'm like, fuck you. I forgot what I was saying. Anyway, yeah, that's what that line is. That goes into that one line for from A Cipher to Our Eyes, where it's like, I've also thought about a lot, like, are you making yourself more sad about certain things just so you can write a song about them? That is a crazy thought. I don't. I think it's just like another insecurity with music. With this line, it's, so creativity, why am I here? If you're just going to use me as an excuse to go home or not get on the game or something with your friends, like, because that happened a lot where people would ask me to, like, go do something with them, or they would make plans and I would cancel on them or not go with them just so I can go home and make music, just to sit on my ass and not make music because I didn't have any motivation. So I might just place placeholder to culture to your friend. Or I would do that with games too. I would like, no, I don't want to hop on the game because I'm making music, even though I wasn't. Is it cutting corners or folding harder again? And then that's kind of just like one last like thing I'm saying, or Celerity is saying to me, of like, what do you really care about? Do you care about your art and like even your friends and stuff, or do you care about a girl, or like, what do you it's like hard to say without sounding shitty about it, but like, you get it. That's the line. You're building me a perfect, this whole thing that's happening in the front ground is something that I actually wrote almost at the beginning of the album. I wrote it really early on and I wasn't going to use it, and then I just kind of put it here and it actually fit way better than I thought it was going to. But it's Celerity talking to me of being like, pretty much just one last rant, just being like, fuck you. Like, okay, so, and then you also have this is me talking in the background that I took your faith this year. I swear I'll change next year. Is like one last me begging Celerity to stick around and just be like, I understand that I'm hurting you, and I understand that like you're running out of patience, but I swear I'm getting there, and I'll change. And then So, and then this line is like, are you ever gonna tell me that it's time for me to go? Like, time for you to show me off and like put out the album is what like the main thing that I'm talking about. And then this whole drop is pretty much me telling Solaritia, it's time. Then yeah, I have the go. The opposite of the wait at the beginning of the album. And I've already talked about these lyrics. So that's the whole album. That's a pretty in-depth breakdown. I think that's about everything. I pretty much always go back and think of new things to say. Especially about like certain lines. But that's most of it. That's the album. That's pretty much everything that it's about. I'm really proud of it. And yeah, super cool. Hey there. I was honestly wondering if anyone was like still sitting here listening to me. But that's my album. I would recommend listening to it again. I'm probably gonna post this as like, I'll probably trim it down in the YouTube editor and like have it be like I'll probably post it like on Instagram or whatever and just be like, this is me ranting about the album for a minute. And like that's really in depth of like the lyrics of what everything's about. There's probably like a few things that I just didn't think about, but there's probably like a few overall arc things too that I'm missing, but that's the idea. I'm holding the chrysanthemum in the cover. It's like 4 a.m. for me. I'm about to go listen to it right now. You should. I would definitely recommend listening to it again after you have the context. Let me see if there was anything else in this post that sparks something that I want to say. Yeah, I said that. Yeah. Yeah. This is a big thing that I actually didn't really go in depth about, but I have such a hard time making music in general. Like I really have to listen to other people's music and break it down in my head and be like, why did they make these decisions? How did all of this come about? And then kind of like recreate their process. I mean, and it's just all an amalgamation of a bunch of different artists that I listen to, but this is honestly the start of like my religious, like why I started questioning religion is like, was I really meant to do this? And it ended up helping me cope with that I don't believe in, that I'm not religious anymore, because my explanation now is it's just that the thing is, I look at other people that are around me, or just like I look at other artists and stuff, and music just seems to come so naturally for them. They can just sit down and start playing something and put a few layers on. It takes them like 40 minutes to make an entire idea. It doesn't. It takes me way longer than that, because I have to think about it and try a million different things and put them all in there and then take a bunch of things out before I actually get something that I think is good. So I've just been self-conscious about that, but like, it's because all of these people started from so young that it's like, if you guys know what perfect pitch is where like you can just hear a note and immediately know what it is, and people describe it as, it's the same as like looking at a color and naming the color, because you learn it at this, you have like this, I forgot what the phase is called, but when you're like from the point you're born to like 5 or 6 years oldish, you're in this phase where your brain is learning the basics of like life and stuff. Like it's literally like physics of like how your body works, and then colors, obviously, things that you can like immediately recall, and you will always be able to immediately recall. If you start learning music at that time, then that's how you get perfect pitch. You cannot get perfect pitch. Like I could never have perfect pitch. I can have like relative pitch where I can get pretty close, but I could never have perfect pitch because I didn't learn it until I was like 11. And And these other people, I didn't even listen to music for most of my childhood. So these other artists that are way better than me and can work way faster, it's because they started listening to music and analyzing it and even playing instruments from that super young age. So it literally is just easier for them. Or as opposed to if God chose me to be an artist, I would think I would have those same. I think it would come at least easier than it does. Yeah. Talked about that. And then I talked about this. And I talked about that. So yeah, that's the album, bruh. That's it. I'm ending the stream. Thank you. Also, this shit's so peak. I like having the actual vinyl on the fucking page. I think that's so cool. You can buy my album. Buy my album. Buy the vinyl. It's super cool. I love it. Okay. I'm gonna head out. You like my wallpaper? I think it's lit. Kevin Abstract, dude. It's fucking good. I just recently found out about Kevin Abstract. He's so good. This album is probably gonna be my number one album this year. So good. If you like me, go listen to this dude. He's so good. He's so good. He's so. This is like 10 out of 10 album, except for like this one song. This one. I don't really fuck with this one. But other than that, there's not a single skip on this bitch. It's so good. I love this album. Go listen to this too. Listen to my album though. Listen to that first. Okay, goodbye. I love you.